This program is intended for a mature audience. If you are not 18 or older, stop listening and find more age-appropriate content. This show will cover topics in a satirical manner. If you are offended by any content herein, that is your own problem. As you have been warned, please do not try this at home, or anywhere else for that matter.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports.
Oh, hell no!
And welcome to Blowing Pistons. I am your host, Gremlin Dave, and at the moment I am by myself waiting for a couple people to show up. So, might as well try to get a promo out of the way. Let's see how I do, and sorry if I screw this up. This podcast is brought to you by Ideal Portage, or Ideal Vapor up in Portage. Jesus, I already screwed it up. Wow, this is why I don't do promos. This is why Hammer usually does it, but he is having a late day at work, so you are stuck dealing with just me. But anyways, like I said, Ideal Vapor up in Portage, they have a great selection of vaping needs. See Jim and Jackie, they are amazing at what they do. And you can find them, I believe. Boy, I should be a little more prepared. Sorry, guys. But you can find them on the web at Ideal Vapor, and just go up to Portage, check them out. It's a lot better to see it in person. I mean, the selection they have is amazing. You can sit there, you can chat with them. They will help you out with anything you need as far as vaping needs go. So, and like I said, sorry guys, I know I hacked that. Like I said, usually I don't do it, and that's why. But sorry, just trying to adjust stuff, trying to get ready, and I hope everybody can hear me fine. Like I said, it's just me, Gremlin Dave, and Tiff and Tony should be joining me at any time. So with that being said, I might as well go into what we have coming up. I know we are going to be going to Automotion in the Dells as of next weekend, which is an extreme blast. I mean, if anybody's ever been out there, you just love it. It is a car person's just dream and or nightmare, depending on how you want to view it, because I mean, it's just wall-to-wall cars. You can't get anywhere in the Dells at all. Everything is a massive traffic jam, but it is great. People sit in lawn chairs on the side of the road and just watch, and some of the stuff that goes up there is really cool. Some people bring up their stuff that you wouldn't think would even be street legal, as far as like parts falling off and that's a lot of you know, some of what you see up there, a lot of it is some really cool cars. I mean, they have some street rods that are up there. I know most of the places have their car shows, like Mount Olympus has one. I'm not sure if Noah's Ark is doing one this year, but there's a lot of little side car shows that you can go see, and it is just, it's a fun time. I really suggest it. And I mean, some of our friends from Slide Society, I know they're going to be up there with some of their cars driving around, and they do have an event that Sunday at the Dells Motor Speedway, which starts at noon, and it's a lot of fun. I've been there. I know you can go in the pits. Sometimes you can talk to some of the guys and maybe even possibly get a ride, which Hammer, myself, the Grape Ape, we all went for a ride a few years ago, and it was a blast. I've never done anything like that myself, like before that, and it's fun to be thrown into a car and just being basically thrown all over the place. It's a blast. I highly suggest trying it at least once. But like I said, we're going to be up there at the Dells, and it is cool. It is just wall-to-wall cars everywhere. I mean, you will see everything that you can imagine, anything that you want to see, your favorite cars, your dream cars, even the cars that you don't really care about so much. You can still appreciate everything that's been done and everything that goes on with what they do. I mean, any car person has to respect what people have put into their stuff. It's just great. But I know we're going to be up there. We're going to be going to Mount Olympus. We're going to be checking out the car shows. There's a lot of vendors up there that you can check out. I'm not sure if they're doing it this year, but Mount Olympus did do before where they could see how much horsepower you're pulling. They have a burnout pit, which is a blast. So if you're bored looking for something to do, I highly suggest it. It's awesome. It's fun. And I mean, just the fact of going around, you can check out what other people have had or have done to their cars, paint jobs, stuff like that. The people, the atmosphere, everything is worth it. It is just a great time. And when we did our live show up there a few years ago, which I believe you can still find it, I'll have to check on that. But yeah, I went totally nuts. I know everybody that was part of it went nuts, and we all were like dying from heat exhaustion, which was another thing, but it was fun. It was a lot of good fun. And like I said, 90% of the people up there are great people. You're still going to run into some of them that aren't so good. I know a certain car group in the Wisconsin area did almost kill Automotion a couple times. Excuse me. But luckily it keeps going. And I mean, we witnessed some cool stuff. We actually witnessed the owner of Mount Olympus pretty much destroying his Lamborghini, which was that, yeah, we were all kind of like watching him try to pull it up these ramps, and hearing that crunch sound is something you don't really forget, and it's something that you can't just avoid. And he ended up having to turn it around and try to back it up, and it was great. Oh, thanks. And if anybody wants to know what episode that is, Hammer just threw it up in the chat. And yeah, well, I suck when I'm by myself. People are probably thinking, shut up, let's listen to something else. Well, you know what? Stay here and listen, because you know what? I get much worse. And my cord is stuck. Okay. All right, what else can I talk about? Well, I know when we go up there, I know it's going to be my wife and I. We're going to be taking up our, I forget when you're married, pretty much what's mine is hers and what's hers is hers. But we're going to be taking up our 2001 Ford Mustang. Just got some work done to it. With it having the 4.6, they had the typical plug blowout issue, so I'm just waiting for that thing to grenade again. But, you know, took it in, got it fixed. Luckily, Ford has a kit that fixes that, supposedly, which it's not guaranteed. They told me could last 6 months, could last the rest of the car. Who knows? But at some point, I definitely want to throw a different engine in or try something new. I've been kicking around some ideas and trying to quote things out, but I think I'm going the route of trying to throw, like, 2010, 2011 Coyote engine out of a truck and trying to build that thing up for more or less autocross. But that's a lot of suspension work, and if I just throw that engine in there the way it sits, should be good. You never know, but it just takes time, money, effort, and with all the kids that I have running around, time, money, and effort aren't something I have a lot of. But it's all good fun. I mean, and like I said, if you guys are bored next weekend, please take a trip to the Wisconsin Dells. It's fun. All right. So, now with that being said, I'm trying to think of what else I could really go into. I mean, I know, like, there's new cars coming out and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to check out the new Mustang Mach-1, the electric four-cylinder. Oh, thank God somebody's here. I can stop just yammering by myself. Yo. And welcoming to the studio, we have Tiff and Tony. Yes, I'm by myself. I attempted to do a promo, which bombed badly. I've been talking about Automotion, and I started trying to figure out anything. Oh, those don't work. I tried them. You're going to have to use one of those. What was that? Yeah, we got, there's new headphones in the studio.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear everything? Because everything was shut off on the board, so I had to figure out everything. So if you can't hear anything, let me know, and I'll attempt to screw this up even more.
No, we're good.
Awesome. So how was your trip down?
Rainy. Foggy. It's kind of shitty.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to have to pull that up a little more.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Hear me now.
Kind of. You need to talk into it.
Yeah, you need
Pretend
to
it's a
talk
phallus.
into it.
You want to talk into the shaft, remember? Not the head, the shaft. Give the shaft attention. cup the balls while you're at it.
There is none.
Just pretend. Come on, I've seen you. Wait, that didn't sound right.
Whoa.
Oh, boy.
All right, on that note.
Moving on.
But, yeah, like I said, I was talking about Automotion and everything that goes around with it. The Dells being completely packed, jam-packed, seeing some of the cool stuff, and just kind of saying, you know, like when we were up there talking about the owner of Mount Olympus wrecking his Lamborghini, the burnout pit and all that stuff, and a certain group, which I didn't name who they were, that almost wrecked it a couple years in a row.
Yes, very much so. That's
Many of years they've almost got us all kicked out.
Yeah, they have a tendency to do that because a lot of the people associated, and I'm not saying everyone in that group is bad. There's a lot of decent people in that group, but I would say probably almost half of it is filled with your normal young punk kids that think they're... Yeah. But like I said, I'm not naming the group because, yeah.
I would gladly name them. They kicked me out a long time ago.
You're going to need to pull the mic up, buddy. Remember, the shaft, not the tip. You don't want to give just the tip. You want to give attention to the shaft.
Better?
Yeah, you're better.
Awesome.
There we go. We can hear you. All right.
Yeah, we both got kicked out on the same day, and that's how we started really, like, talking more.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, so that group brought you guys together.
Kind of.
Yeah, well,
We were all, like, on the tech side of things. Like, people would ask questions, we would answer them. And then we both got banned because one guy said that he had, like, 500-plus horsepower in a freaking Dodge Neon stock. No.
We're all just quiet. Dead air.
Yeah, dead air is, great for podcasts.
It is.
Like I said, at least you're not sitting here trying to figure out what to say by yourself. You're just like,
This wasn't whacking it when we got down here.
Yeah.
Well, it's not visual, so nobody can really see me.
What's to say it wasn't? You heard the door open.
Yeah, exactly. I had time to put it away.
Just zip.
That would have been that weird sound at the beginning of the show.
Sorry, flat tire.
I was going to say, yeah, sorry, folks. I'm doing the show from an helicopter. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I should have got more sleep last night.
Same.
I'm like on 2 hours.
Yeah.
I was up at 6.
I didn't get to sleep until almost 5.
Yeah.
Really?
There were some funny things that happened after I got the wife home last night.
Oh, I'm sure.
Which I'm glad I stopped her from one, or else there would have been a mess in the car, which I'll tell you off air, because it is actually very funny.
Did you hit a speed bump?
No. Almost hit a few deer, though. They were
there was a
out
lot
There
of
was a lot.
I seen one that thing must have been like 8 or 9 years old, because it was just, it had, the ass on this thing was like 2 feet wide. It was dark grayish.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, the back of it was taller than the mirrors on the SUV.
Oh, sure.
And I mean, it was just massive. It was a monster. I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
They're changing over coats right now, so you're going to get that light brownish, tannish color out of them.
Well, I get into a lot of like the cryptid stuff, and I don't know if you guys do it all.
What?
Like skinwalkers and dogmen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing it reminded me of, because you always hear the stories about the skinwalkers where they're basically, at first, they're like a deer and it's massive, but then they stand up on their hind legs and all this. Mm-hmm. And that was my first thought. And I mean, that's all I've been watching or listening to and from work.
So the person must have a huge ass?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was, I don't know, about 14 inches, 15. I mean, it looked like it was double the size of a normal deer ass.
Really?
Wow.
And they had the coloration of like a mule deer.
Weird.
It's possible that you might have probably seen an elk.
I know what an elk looks like.
Yeah, they're moving easterly, though, from the west side of the state. Like they're starting to find them in like Green Lake County. They found a few there. North Adams County.
I know that they've released a population of them around in that, but I didn't think I haven't seen any around this way, because I mean that was just north of that was in between Stoughton and Edgerton.
Yeah.
And it was just by itself.
I wouldn't see them this far south, I don't think.
I don't think so either. I mean, because I know they release them. They've upped the wolf population. Wisconsin's actually doing a good job trying to get their natural resources back.
Yeah, we never had elk, though, and when they brought them here, that's what brought the CWD,
Oh, okay.
which sucks.
I know up by, like, where my aunt and uncle live, they live... Ah, shit, what is it? They live in Ontario, Wisconsin. Itty-bitty
Yeah.
little town just outside of Wildcat Mountain State Park.
Yeah, I know where you're at. You're down by, like, Platteville. A little north of Platteville.
Well, it's kind of by Sparta.
Ontario?
Yeah.
I thought it was southwest. All right.
No, it's up by Sparta and Cataract and stuff like that, because I got family that's buried up in Cataract, and we always stop there. It's just off of 33.
Mm-hmm.
But I know they've reported seeing some. The Amish community in that area have reported seeing some. I know they've poached some in that area.
Yeah.
The Amish seem to like to poach around that
They're
area.
kind of like the feathers. They do the same all year round. That's why the walleyes are, like, way down.
Gotcha.
They spear them during their spawning season because they're allowed to. And
For walleye? I didn't realize you speared walleye.
you don't. They do.
Oh, gotcha.
They're allowed to because they have different rules.
Well, I know, like, one thing I've always wanted to do, and I don't know how about to go with it, is getting a license to spear, like, sturgeon and stuff like that when they can do
Come
it.
on up. There's only one lake that has it.
Oh, really? Well, I know the Wisconsin River you can do it.
That's hook and line only.
Oh, it is?
Inland is only hook and line.
Okay.
And you can do it in the summertime. I think it's summertime.
Well, I know there's a lot of times where if you do hook one, you can't even take it offshore.
Nope.
The moment
It
you
has
see
to
what
stay
it
in the
is, you
water.
got to cut it.
Yep, just cut it loose.
Which, that would be hard. Being the fact I've never caught one of those, it'd be interesting.
I've caught them already on the lake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we snag them. You know,
I've-
you're trolling, and all of a sudden your whole board just sinks. You're like, shit.
I've heard they're a hell of a fight.
Oh yeah, because you're pulling up like 100-pound fish that doesn't want to come up. It's like pulling up a log until you get it close to the top, and then it sees you, and then it's gone.
And then it's another fight.
Oh god, yeah. Or it snaps your line, and you lose everything.
It would be it would be a fun fight. It'd be just hard not to pull it out and take a picture.
Are we still talking about the fish?
Yes.
Well, next year, let me know. I have 2 shacks, so if you want to go spearing,
Oh, that'd be fun. I know one of my 16-year-olds would love doing that too.
yeah.
Which
I have one smaller shack and then a double. We just built both.
okay. Yeah, that'd be a blast. It'd be something different.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, typically I do a lot of, like, catfishing and stuff, and that's
Yeah, I do
what I
catfish.
usually go.
Catfish. Salmon, trout.
Now, you got to have a stamp for that, though, don't you?
Yep.
For the salmon?
Yep.
Or is it for salmon and trout you got to
Yep.
have stamps? Or?
Same one. I have
Oh,
the Great
gotcha.
Lakes one, though. There's an inland and there's a Great Lakes. I only have the Great Lakes.
How far are you from the Great Lakes?
About 40 minutes.
Okay. I didn't think you guys were that far.
No, we usually go off of Lake Sheboygan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good-sized lake.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Winnebago's a
Lots
long
of
lake. It's 20-some.
lakes up there.
It's like 26 miles long.
Yeah, I've driven by it. Actually, a friend and I, when we went up to one of our accounts for work, and during the wintertime, we'll go out and he wants to check on the ice depth and stuff, and we'll walk out on the lake, and it still creeps me out, though, stepping out on ice.
Yeah, if you don't know the area, just stay off. It's a lot of cracks that you won't find unless you know the lake.
Yeah, I'm just afraid I'm going to walk, and all of a sudden I'm gone.
Last year, they didn't even have a sturgeon speeder in time frame because we didn't have ice. Like we had like 8 inches. You could walk out there.
I wouldn't drive out there on it.
Oh hell no,
I guess,
No.
was it 6 inches and you're fine to drive on?
no, it's a foot or more.
Oh, really?
I don't go out until at least 18 inches.
Okay. I just be
Like
really...
for a human, like 2 inches is enough to be supported.
Okay.
ATVs minimum 8, 10.
All right.
Like I would say more because now they're building them so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a UTV is almost the size of a car.
Yeah.
They weigh almost 2,000 pounds.
Like those razors and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're heavy.
Yeah, I don't know. I have an issue. I especially have an issue like pulling a car out there, especially with what happened in, was it Lake Geneva a few years ago?
Oh fuck, they sink the ice all the time. If you park on shore and you park side by side, eventually everything's just it comes up from the cracks.
Oh, and the worst thing too is then after your car goes in, you get fines from the.
DNR.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's kind of adding insult to injury.
Yeah, like you go completely under and they have to recover your vehicle. it's like $100 for every 10 yards they have to go out.
Oh, wow.
So
they make pretty good money. A lot of those places probably wish more cars would fall through.
yeah. Like Lake Geneva, that was just stupid because they went from one side of the lake the first day, sunk it. What did they do? Go to the other side of the lake, sunk it again. It's like, you didn't learn the first day?
Well, also on that, wasn't it extremely warm those couple days?
It was, but there was a lot of ice. But when you park cars side by side, there's
That's
too
a
much
lot of
weight
weight.
on one solid area. You got to spread out.
I just remember the pictures and everybody's like, oh my God, my car's going down. And you see like a dozen cars sinking.
A couple years back, we had that. Everybody parked on shore because we didn't have like 12 inches of ice. So we rode it on an ATV. I parked my truck right up on shore, like on the ice, but on shore. Mm-hmm. And there was people all the way up to the hubs in water when we got back. It was completely water.
Oh, wow.
I've already moved a shack driving through 2 feet of water just to actually get my shack from one spot to another because otherwise there's no bridges.
Isn't that really sketchy, though?
Nah, it's not bad. If you knew the ice before it started to melt, it's okay.
Okay.
Because you kind of know where the crack is. Like, you're driving literally along a crack.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's
It's only 3.5 feet deep, so it's not like you're going to go far.
Oh, okay.
It's usually frozen all the way down, like, the closer you go, so...
Okay. Well, that makes it a little better then. At least you're not going to fall through and all of a sudden your truck is just gone.
Yeah, we used to have, like, circle track out on the ice.
Well, I know there's a place... I forget where it is, but I know they do the ice races
Fox
and that.
Lake.
Yeah. And it's really cool because all the cars are studded tires and
Yep.
everything, and it looks like it'd be a blast. I've never made it up there
They
myself.
do the four bangers all the way up to, like, full-size wagons.
Damn.
Yeah. My dad used to do that back in the day. And then they stopped it on Winnebago. They still do the motorcycle races, though.
Oh, okay. Huh. Well, I know every winter you always hear, too, like, the guys on the snowmobiles that fall through. Like, you just see the headlights and all of a sudden they're gone.
Yeah. I lost a friend that way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, sorry.
They're on ATVs, and there's an area where the water discharges in Fond du Lac. Yeah, he totally drove into it.
Oh, damn. Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to bring up any bad memories.
It's all good. It happens every year. Every year somebody dies on that lake. I mean, if you don't know the lake, stay off.
Who fell in?
Pete,
I don't think who that is.
funeral director.
What?
The funeral director.
Really?
Yeah.
The one they had the cool cars and shit?
No.
No.
Him and his kid were out right after my birthday.
Really?
Yeah, they sunk it
This year or last year?
last year.
Ah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I found you. I was trying to turn your mic up, and I'm playing with all these. Like, they're not really numbered, and you'd think that it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm like playing with it, and it's like, I don't hear. There she is.
It's probably clockwise.
What, was I turned down or something? You couldn't hear me?
I could hear you just barely.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, I was posting. I was trying to... 'cause I forgot to do it earlier because I was... at
I
work.
sent some out, so whether or not they worked or if they're worded right, I don't know because, yeah.
You have a
it's
four-wheeler?
What?
Do you have a
What?
four-wheeler?
No.
Such a random thing, but we were just...
Well,
I was like, what?
We could
So,
definitely go out more.
Not at all where we were.
Well,
I
if
got a
you
couple
the
Power
kids-
Wheels.
Well, you take the kids
That'd
out,
be even
put
more
'em on, like inflatable freaking tubes and shit, and you can pull them behind. Go out on the ice that way.
That'd be cool. They'd love it.
I got a bungee for one of those. It's a whole lot of fun if you go around a corner. And they're like, shh.
Yeah, but if you come off it, that would hurt like hell.
Oh, it does. Trust me. My dad went around a corner and I hit the cattails. The freaking tube stopped immediately, and I went sliding like that freaking chick on like Matilda, grabbing freaking stuff, just trying to slow myself down before I hit the ice.
Uh-oh, this is going to hurt.
It sucked.
I know I used to, a friend of mine, she'd drive her snowmobile and that, and we'd hook stuff to the back and ride on it. Mm-hmm. And we were out in the middle of this cornfield one time, and for some reason I'm thinking, yeah, this is a good idea. Go faster, go faster. All of a sudden we hit a bump. I flew off, landed on my stomach, and as I did it, there was a perfectly placed, decent-sized rock.
Oh.
And it was just wham, boom. It's like, oh. And I'm just laying there, and she walks up. She's like, you all right? Uh-huh. You can get up? Uh-uh.
Yeah, no.
I'll just lay here and die.
You should go up for the ice drags. That's always fun to watch. They do the radar runs.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some of those on
Yeah.
like YouTube and that.
They have cars that do it, but mostly it's snowmobiles, bikes.
Okay. Well, it'll still be interesting.
Yeah. The bikini run, that's just awkward. It's dudes in bikinis, mostly.
Oh, yeah. Okay. At first, it's like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I was kind of preluding to that one. 'cause
Yeah.
I just wanted to, like...
You should have just kept your mouth shut and be like, dude, you got to come up here for the bikini drags. I go up there and be like, all right, let's see the... What the fuck? Kind of like our night out last night.
Yeah.
Literally, the bikini drags.
Yeah. No joke.
So, yeah, our night out last night was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it was. I had fun.
Hey.
Stayed up late, was tired as shit at work all day and whatnot.
Well,
Fell asleep
You
on the
gotta
way
start
home,
drinking
but-
early in the morning. It's all right.
True. Well, if anybody's ever decided to go out in Madison, I would highly suggest Club 5. It's interesting.
It was interesting for sure.
I mean, Tony and I were playing a decent game when we were there.
Lots of drinking games that night.
But, I mean, just the atmosphere. Everybody's having a great time up there. Everybody's having fun. There's no judgment. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know my wife is still recovering from last
she?
night.
Oh, God.
She
Yeah.
at home just passed out.
She passed out on the way home. But, yeah.
Woke up.
It was... No. Luckily, no prison rules last night. But waking her up and getting her into her in the house was interesting.
Oh, really?
Like a noodle.
No, she just
No.
didn't want to cooperate too well.
She just wanted to stay in the vehicle. One of those things.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah. But, no, it was a lot of fun. She had a good time. And, I mean, she needs that once in a while to kind of get out, cut
Yeah.
loose and everything because what everything's going through. But, it was a lot of fun. So, thank you guys for going out with us. It was a blast.
Yeah,
anytime.
definitely had fun.
So she's looking forward to next weekend, though. But she says,
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to drink. And it's like, I don't know if I am because I'm just not a huge drinker. I
Well,
might have a shot
Well,
or two.
do it in moderation.
Drink and
get just-
pace yourself because
Yeah.
if you hit it hard, it's going to ruin your whole weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's one thing she said, too. She don't want to be hungover and trying to ride in the car
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do
because
that.
the Mustang's not really the quietest.
Right.
Can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's hard to hear me. Okay.
No, I can hear you just fine.
You're very
Okay.
soft-spoken. It's all right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna meet a bunch of people up there.
Cool.
So it'll be fun. Get to meet a couple other people that I've known for several years.
Marty coming?
Marty's coming. Yep.
Sweet.
He'll be up there. Pat won't be up there this year, unfortunately. Yeah, he's got work.
Work?
Yeah,
Fuck work.
I know. We were giving him
Oh.
shit. Don't worry.
I took 2 days of vacation off.
Did you?
Yeah, I took Friday and Monday.
I took Friday and I didn't take Monday, but
I didn't take Monday. I took 2 hours
you took 2 hours in the morning or what?
off in the afternoon.
For Monday?
No.
Oh, for
Friday.
Friday I took off. Otherwise, I'd be getting down there super freaking late.
Yeah, we're hoping like 5:36 somewhere in there.
I'm hoping before that, but we'll see. Depends on
I'm
what time.
leaving at 2.
Yeah,
Well, how long does it take you guys to get to the Dells?
an
Hour
hour and a
40
half.
minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's about the same for us because we
Yeah.
just shoot right up on 90 and
Yeah,
it's
it's
about
easier
an hour.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's about an hour and 15, I think, for us.
We take the back way, take 33, and then
Well, see, that's the
go
fastest
across.
way is the back way.
Yeah.
So we go through country.
otherwise
Yeah,
we gotta go all the way down friggin' 151 just to come right back up. It's
yeah, it's
Oh,
goofy.
take it all the way down to Madison and then...
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's going to
it's
suck.
like
stupid.
we did that one year, and I'm like, God, this sucks.
Yeah, it
So-
takes way of time, like 2 hours to do it that way.
So do you guys go towards, like, Portage and then hit it
Yeah,
right
we go
there?
right
up?
through Portage.
Oh, okay.
Take 33. all
It's
the
pretty
way.
much straight across.
Ah, gotcha. So it's a lot of zigzagging for you guys.
No, it's
No,
pretty
it's
close.
straight
to
down.
Just,
Oh,
yeah,
it is?
Yeah,
no,
we're-
it's not
oh.
straight down. It's
Well,
well, it's like
down and over.
kind of. I mean, it's not that far south from us.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
Cool.
almost straight over, like in a gradual
Beaver
angle.
Dam.
Nice.
Damn beavers.
But I know my wife just kept saying, though, she's like, I want to drive her car. I want to drive her car. So it's like, you got to take that up with her.
I don't even get to drive the car.
He doesn't. Nobody gets it. Even the technicians give me shit because when I had my tires put on, which I could have done, but I was too lazy. So I pulled it in the shop for them. They're like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "I don't want you beating on my car."
Well,
Don't do that shit.
I'm the same way. I'm really touchy if somebody else drives the car.
Yeah.
Even when my wife drives it, I'm like,
I'm
Well,
very.
one-
I've been like that.
It comes down
Yeah.
like with you. It's a car that you know how much it is to replace stuff, and
Yes.
you don't want stuff ruined.
Right.
So you give somebody the keys to, say, your car, my car, her car, and they can't handle the damn thing and they wreck it.
Now I have to pay for that, or potentially lose the car because of it. you
well,
know?
if it's a technician, I mean, technically they're
Well, yeah.
they've got
I
to
know.
cover it, so you could get a brand new
Yeah.
car out of it.
But my technicians, like any technician, would probably go and beat on the car to see what it would do, and then bring it back. And then if I get a blown motor, who pays for that? Me.
Well, if they blew it, them.
Yeah. But let's say it don't go a week from now.
Yeah,
You know?
it's real easy for them to be like, yeah, it came in with a little knock.
I mean, I'm not saying my technicians do that, but I'm not saying my technicians wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, we've worked at car dealerships before, and we know
Yes.
how it is. I mean, when I
Yes.
started out in a car dealership, I was
Yeah.
a lot guy.
Yeah.
We beat on
Yeah.
everything.
Well, when I worked with you, how many cars did I take out and go fuck around with?
Probably quite a few. I was stuck in parts,
I
so the
know,
only thing I
yeah.
got to fuck around in was our
Shop truck.
the Sprinter.
The Sprinter.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
you got a
And-
Mercedes.
Yeah, it didn't do shit.
No.
Although
those
it
were-
was fun one time. I'm sitting there going down the road, and those little like reflector things that stick up for the lanes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if those hurt. I pulled over and said, pink, 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 pink. I'm like, huh, I'll be damned. And then I got back, there was a mark on the van. I'm like, shit, how do I cover this up? I'll just say somebody backed into it at the car lot or something. It worked.
There you go. Yeah, I don't. Do you remember Travis, the salesperson, when I worked there? So, he went out and when the 300Cs first came out, that was a big deal. You got the Chrysler,
For the SRT or just the regular 300?
the 300C, which had the
5.7 Hemi?
Yeah, the 5.7 Hemi in it. That was right before they came out with the new, the newer, what was it, the 6.1s or whatever. It was right before that. But I remember going on a test drive with him, and because he's like, "Oh, I'll go with you or whatever." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You might want to buckle up." Why? I'm like, "You might want to buckle up." Dude, I had that thing freaking sideways, drifting it all over. We got back, and he's like, "I'm never fucking riding with you again." And he was pale white. Bruce was laughing at him, just like, oh my gosh, it was just hilarious. They were just laughing at it, and he's just pale white, like, oh my god, she's crazy. I'm like, I told you.
Well, I know they were really picky when the Challengers first arrived
Yes,
there.
couldn't drive those. I tried. It was like, come on.
And I know one of the technicians bought the first one that
Yeah.
that Chrysler dealership got. He still has it.
The orange one, I think it was. Was
Yeah.
it orange? Yeah.
Because I found out he still actually lives outside of Milton.
Oh, really?
I drove by and all of a sudden I'm like, I know those two cars. And he was standing in his driveway. It's like, shit, I need to stop and say hi to him at some
Yeah.
point.
There you go.
'Cause I don't know if you remember the guy's name.
It's been so long since I've worked there that I only remember people that I directly talk to on a daily.
Well, it was one of the
Technicians.
technicians. It was, I'm not going to give his last name. I'll tell you later, but it
Yeah.
was Tim H.
Gosh.
Really nice guy.
Yeah, I probably, if I met him,
Soft-spoken.
I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I know exactly who it is.
Okay.
Usually
But yeah,
I'm
he
pretty
had-
good at remembering.
He's got a 70 Charger, too.
Oh, I think I do remember him. I remember he brought that in. Didn't
Yep.
he bring that in quite a bit?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, really nice guy. Got to play with the pussy.
Aw, no big kitties. She's so cute. She's gotten a lot friendlier. She's like super cuddly now. I'll say that and then she'll scratch my face off.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering, well, Hammer's listening. It's your gray one. Little gray one.
The little gray one. He's my favorite. I still want to steal his bigger cat. What's his name? I always ask. I just call him Kitty Kitty.
Oh, shit.
See, I like sat down. All of a sudden, I felt somebody. I thought it was somebody tapping my like side, like hey, trying to get my attention. Here, it's the cat. Like hey,
Hey, pet me.
pet me.
Rub me.
Yeah. He's super friendly. I love that cat.
So, how's it coming with Frank and Goat?
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about it much in the last couple episodes.
Yeah, I know. No, I haven't really done much with it. I got to get going on it. I don't know if I'm going to take it to the same person with the motor. I can't get any schedule out of him, and it's been
Months.
No, it's been like years, and it's always, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do this, and then I don't hear from them. Like I called and text and nothing, and then I'll get a text. Hey, let's get started on that. When do you want to start on that? Hey, let's
now.
Yeah, I was like, I'm free on the weekends. I don't care. I'll drive down there. Let's get started on it. And then I won't hear from them for weeks. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to play this game. I'll just, in all honesty, I know how to do it. I'll just have to buy the tools and do it out of the unit.
What do you got to do with it? Like, I mean,
Well,
what do you need? I mean, is it just pretty much drop and go, or
No,
you gotta...
it needs a full rebuild.
It's a full teardown.
Yeah.
Oh, for the engine?
Yeah, it's a full rebuild. So, I mean, if I have to, I'll just do it myself. I'll just get the stuff I need and do it. And say,
Well, let
fuck
Tony
it.
play with it.
No. I don't want Tony to play with it. I want to play with my own motor. He has his own car that he doesn't drive,
Phrasing?
that he needs to get going on.
I have other projects I'm working on.
Yeah, so you work on your projects. I got my project.
Why? What do you got going on?
My shop.
Talking to the mic.
My shop.
Closer.
Okay.
Put it in front of your face.
Well, what are you doing with your shop?
Building it.
Okay. You're not really helping me here.
No, we finally
He's
got
like one answers.
we got all the
doing
concrete
stuff.
in finally, so at least we'll start not this week, following week on building it.
Well, I know I was asking you yesterday, and you gave me the answer, but I know you're going to put a hoist in there and everything?
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna have a 4-post. Drive on.
Nice. So I can bring the car up there at some point.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just going to randomly show up at your house. Hey, how's it going?
I pretty much expect
I
that.
try to get people to come up all the time. I'm like, I'm lonely. Come visit me. Like, I moved up there, and everybody's like, you're too far now. I'm like, I'm not that far.
Yeah, like no one comes up from anywhere.
Yeah, like my dad does sometimes. That's about it.
Well,
My
I know-
brother did once.
The wife and I, we've been talking about it, giving you guys a call and scheduling a time and coming up there
Yeah.
and maybe possibly bringing up the little Rugrats, and they'll
4th of July.
they'll drive you guys insane.
We got a basement. My cats are down there as long as they don't
We have
torment my
locks and
cats.
stuff on the
Well-
one room.
2 of them, like 4 of the kids will just kind of run and be gone.
Okay.
2 of them will sit and shadow you guys and ask question after question after question after question. And eventually, I don't know how well you deal with that stuff.
You want to know how you keep them occupied? Crayfish. Set them in the creek. Tell them, don't come back until the bucket's full.
Good luck. Some of them don't like touching those.
What?
But, well, I have two of them, the ones that are going to ask you 100 questions. If you find something to do in the shop, they will do it. Whether or not it'll be done right, but they will attempt to do it, and a lot of times they'll do a good job at it. Like, one of them one time when I was redoing some stuff on this old truck I had, to keep him occupied, we gave him a wire brush and told him to clean the gas tank. And it was just a random gas tank sitting out of the truck. And you know what? For an hour, he sat there scraping all the grime off, and all of a sudden we
Nice.
come to it, and the thing is like looking almost brand new. It's like, I'll be damned.
So it's one of those you're just like, peaceful.
Otherwise, he's like, what tool can you use? Can I use it? Can I tighten this? Can I loosen this? Can I do this? Can I? It's like, oh my gosh, guys, here's something to do. Knock yourself out. But, I mean, I guess I was kind of like that when I was younger, too, getting into the whole garage scene. And
That's how you learn.
yeah.
You ask a shitload of questions and you ruin a lot of stuff, but eventually you learn how to do it right.
Mm-hmm. So, it was always fun.
Nice.
And trying to get them into it is a good thing, because one kid is huge into Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one that just found out he absolutely loves Corvettes.
Nice.
Wow,
But-
they both have expensive taste.
But I've been trying to get him into the older vets. He don't like those. Well, I take
Really?
that he likes the 69 Stingray style.
Sure.
And I tried to get him into the old 63 split window and told him that's one of the coolest vets and one of the harder ones to find. He's like, that thing's ugly. He loves the new C8s. Like, absolutely is in love with them. He's like, my goal in life is to have 3 of those. One for speed, one for chilling, and one just for, like, road trips.
Oh, really?
Is there a slow one? Because they all fucking move.
Yeah.
Well, he wants to build one up for...
He wants to, like, actually...
He
like,
wants a race one.
Okay.
He's seen pictures of the ones they race at, like, 24 Hours of Daytona and stuff like
Sure,
that.
yeah.
He wants one of those, He wants one for everyday driving and one that's set up, geared up differently for, like, long cruises.
Yeah.
So that's his goal. So I told him, it's like, you better have a decent job, especially for the one that's set up for racing.
Well, by the time he learns how to drive, I mean, he might be able to afford one.
Maybe. I mean, he's probably the most motivated kid I've got.
Yeah.
And his dream job is a Lego designer.
Really?
How old is he?
Right now he's 12. And the kid can build anything out of Legos. You go and buy one of those like, really expensive, massive sets.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's anything less than like 2,000 or 3,000 pieces, he can probably do it in about 2 days. Anything more takes him about 3 or 4.
Line him up to be an engineer.
That is a bad thing. Engineers suck.
They do.
I mean, they make good money,
They make excellent money.
but they don't think of what if their product breaks.
Well, they also don't think of, like, all the other problems, like, oh no, someone's going to have to fix this someday.
Yeah.
But I also have the theory that the mechanic was banging his wife, so he's like, I'm going to screw you over.
Well, trust me, with being a technician and what I do, there's a lot of times I'm like, what the hell were
Yeah,
you
like,
thinking?
why did you put this brace where I got to get a freaking wrench in there to take a bolt out that doesn't have enough space because there's a 3-inch space and you got a 4-inch bolt?
Either that or thanks for hooking up the massive power supply with all the fuses right next to the back of the controller that I've got to unhook. So I have basically an inch to where I could die.
Yeah, that would suck.
And a lot of people are like, oh, don't worry, you know, if something happens, we've got this 2x4 over here. We'll just hurry up and try to pry you off with so you don't fry to death. But, you know, the nice thing with electricity is it hurts the whole time you're dying. So that's always a good thing.
DC?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. That would kill you.
Yeah. Trust some of the cabinets we go into, and you can just hear them buzzing, and they've got like 1950s fuses and the capacitors and
Oh, that's AC.
oh, AC. Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
AC you don't have to worry about so much.
Well, either way, it's gonna hurt.
It hurts, but they created the AC current so that you don't die.
Well,
So-
I know I've been shocked good enough to where all of a sudden my arms don't work. They just
Yeah.
get like zapped up, and you're sitting there like this, like
Yep.
I can't move yet.
The wavelength is so that your muscles will retract and you let go of the item that you're holding onto. Versus DC, once you hold on,
You're caught.
it instantly clenches all your muscles and you're screwed. You're done.
Yeah, all I know is it hurts.
Yep.
But where was I going with this?
Don't
Sorry,
do
I'm
that.
spacey today.
I am too. Don't worry.
But so I know, like, you've got to work on your car. What do you need to get on your car so it's actually you're taking it to the drag strip?
Just put it in trans mount.
That's it.
Yeah, it broke the fucker.
Oh, so you got the transmission redone and everything?
It doesn't have to be redone.
Oh, I thought that's what your issue was.
It pops out of fifth gear.
It doesn't like fifth gear. It's kind of like a phantom gear, but I think it's actually the bushing.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to get a whole different shifter assembly put in.
Well, how many times are you actually in fifth gear when you're racing?
Never.
So you don't really have to worry about it.
No, I'm usually up at the top of third.
Okay.
But you can't drive it anywhere if he wants to actually take it somewhere to drive besides that.
Well, fuel costs now. Would you really want
Yeah.
to?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
When you run 110 and methanol mixed, yeah, it gets expensive.
So basically, there's a whole paycheck right there in your fuel tank.
It's about $130 a fill up.
And I'd imagine you're not getting great gas mileage with that.
Actually, it's not terrible on the highway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you barely touch the freaking pedal. once you start going, it just flutters. Gone.
Nice. You should bring that to the Dells.
No.
I know, I keep telling him.
Custom paint job. One scratch on that, I'm fucked.
Okay, I'm just saying.
True. So you basically don't drive it too much.
Ever.
The problem is, like, we
Sits more than you
don't
drive.
want to drive a long ways away on freaking drag radials, for one.
Well, why don't you trailer it?
Well, I bought a trailer last year, and nothing fucking happened last year. We're kind of like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Well, this year everything's supposed to be opening up, so...
Yeah, all the tracks are open to normal ways again, so that's a plus.
Okay. Well, I know I like all the speedways now we're talking about it. Hell, even the professional speedways. There's one track where they said at the end of the year for the championship run, they're going to be at 100% capacity.
Yeah. I mean, they should be able to. I mean, they reduced everything like they're supposed to do by July, I think.
Okay. Well, I know they talked about it. They they either did or they're gonna lift the mask mandate.
They did.
They did now?
Yeah, on Wednesday or Thursday.
So now it's basically just up to the local businesses on whether or not you're supposed to wear one?
So indoors, they still have it like a ish rule.
Okay.
But outdoors, science kind of proved that wrong when it comes to...
Well, they said, too, if you're vaccinated, you don't really need to, but...
Yeah, but then you got Bill Maher. He's fucking fully vaccinated. Now he tested positive.
That'll happen.
Yeah, like, he's the one that's like, it ain't even real. And he gets vaccinated, and then all the fuckers get in the hospital.
Huh. So he's kind of eating his own words on that one.
Kinda.
But you don't hear about, like... As much as they're opening stuff up, you don't hear as much people getting it. Like, you do hear people getting it, but it's not
You're
as
not
severe.
going to hear about it because of who's in office. The media
Good
covers
point.
up a lot. They switched to America being the hot spot to now India. India is terrible right now. They have, like, what the hell was it? Like 1,400 people died in one day.
Oh, wow.
And, like, they're literally, like, they only burn them. They don't bury there.
Well, I know when everything started, they were having an issue in, like, Europe and France and stuff, and now you don't really hear much about it.
Yeah, you hear, like, Africa had, like, 0. Like, hardly any.
Huh. The best place to be was Antarctica. They got none.
Yeah. Which is kind of ironic because, like, yes, there's...
It's ironic that there's none.
There's people there, though. But
No.
yes, there is.
There's
There's like
few.
science.
Yeah,
There's
scientists
there's
and
a
stuff, I
huge
suppose,
amount of
but-
people that are down there doing, like, studies and whatnot. There's probably a couple hundred people down there. That's like going to, like, the small little villages.
Yeah, but they're so isolated.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but they come from all areas, you know?
Well,
like,
true.
all over.
Yeah, but they live there forever. So
Like, think about it. Like, people go out into space. Like, they must have to be quarantined 100%.
Okay.
I mean, you get that shit in space, you're screwed.
Well, yeah.
That's why I don't believe Mars is ever a practical, like...
Well, hey, China
voyage.
just got there.
Yeah.
to Mars?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They are the second country to get to Mars now.
Oh, you mean as far as like putting like like what
rover.
we have, like
Yeah.
a rover there? Oh, I got you. Okay.
But
I was
as
like,
humans
first I
go-
thought you meant like humans. I'm like, wait. a
Oh,
minute.
no, not humans.
Whoa, when did this happen?
I'm kind of
'Cause
waiting.
I watched this.
I'm thinking within the next 15, 20 years they might try.
Yeah, I think they'll try.
Why?
I think they'll
Why
fail
not?
a while until they do it.
It's non-livable.
Yeah, but why not do it?
Yeah, why the hell?
Well,
He's yeah.
I
You don't
can't see
get
the
it, like-
cost factor weighing in anything more than what we already do.
Well, at some point we're gonna fuck up this planet.
We already
Worse.
did.
We're gonna need another place to go. We need another place to fuck up.
I don't
I
have to
think-
worry about that.
I think
Not my problem.
I think that we should probably outsource to a different solar system because
Do you think
Once
we
I-
fucked up the Milky Way that bad already?
Well, no, there's only one other planet-ish that they
Yeah,
found that is
that's
outside
in the
of our
other.
galaxy.
Yeah, it's not in ours,
Well, we better
But-
get there before something else does.
right? Well, what I'm saying is because our sun.
It's old.
No, it's not old. It's actually younger than most. But one of these days,
Actually,
Mil-
yeah.
it's still it's pretty young in the.
But when it does go,
it's
we're fucked.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
planet's fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll
Once
it'll
again,
destroy it.
not my
It'll
fucking
basically.
problem.
Well, you've seen.
Well,
how-
it'll turn
how
into
that
a
works.
black hole at some point,
Yep.
suck everything in.
Yeah.
But who knows where that black hole goes?
Right. Nobody knows.
Your mom.
And I was so going to say that. Like, I seen this one picture. It was a news thing, like, of how these people are carrying caskets.
Yeah.
It says, this one's carrying for 6, this one's carrying that, and it has a freaking crater for your, like, hole, like, for your mom. It's like a dugout mine center. I'm like, oh, my God.
Big asshole. How many people are going in there? One. Your mom.
I just, yeah.
This cat's more dog. Than
I
cat.
don't understand why we would want to spend the money to send somebody where it's non-habitable.
So basically, if the other planet that you're saying is like Earth, we should try going for that one.
It's too far out. You'd never make it.
Well, unless they put. Well, I mean, it just goes into the scientific or the sci-fi shit where like you'd have to be frozen and sleeping for.
No,
that
I'm
long.
saying fuel-wise, they'd never make it.
Oh, okay.
You'd almost have to use solar, and by the time you get outside too far, I don't think it's going to work. Like, spend the money wisely, invest it in the planet you live on, and fix this shit so we don't have to keep doing it. Because Cadillac in 2035, all electric, 100%.
I know a lot of places are talking like that, but you're always going to have the countries that won't do it.
Right.
Yeah, like the ones that we breathe the frickin' air from.
Well, that, and I mean...
We're cleaning up our air for Europe. We get all the shitty air from China and Russia.
Yeah, and what's the chances of them
They're
doing
going
the
to
restriction?
change.
Especially like Korea and stuff like that. And
No.
they don't give two shits.
Russia's only import is like minor food staples. They export oil. I mean, that's their only money source. Oil.
Well, they're sitting on quite a bit. I mean, we have a decent amount too.
We have a
sitting on.
shitload of oil.
But, hey,
Someone's going to make an assload of money on that.
someday.
Well, they're going to sell it to the countries that still use.
Well, they're selling it to countries now.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense considering our gas prices are now going through the roof.
Yeah, because they hacked our system.
Well, that and pipelines getting shut down and...
Yeah, that's just retarded. Like, why in the world are we going to try to remove something that only costs more money to do? Like, the new vehicles, you have to have your own power grid to that vehicle system because it runs on a 240-volt amp. Most houses don't have 240 in them.
Like that joke, too, about, my vehicle's not running emissions and all this stuff. But then the joke is, that battery that's getting produced...
Yeah,
Think of the crap going in the air and the environment with that.
Those lithium batteries, there's only 2 companies that recycle them. The rest have to bury them. So what are we doing other than just putting more shit in the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's no different than like our toxic waste from nuclear plants. They just bury it miles underground.
Yeah, and what happens when that stuff starts leaking?
Oh, don't worry about that. It's miles underground.
None of our concern.
Yeah.
Well, shit, didn't they just find a ton of toxic waste dump just off the coast of, I think, California or something like that? It was like 250,000 barrels or...
So, California seems to be the greenest place in the world, right?
Yeah.
They take barges of their shit out into the ocean and dump it.
Well, that probably contributes to that big plastic island they've got out there.
That's
floating around.
100%. They say, it's from China. No, it's your fucking garbage.
Yeah, that's why none of it has Chinese lettering on it. It's all American.
Yeah, I remember when they had the tidal wave that went into China and like the cars started floating across to California.
Yeah, they had boats and shit that were washing up
Ghost
on the shore
ships.
of Alaska
Yep.
and Washington.
Yeah, they had ghost ships. Like, where the hell did this one come from?
Some of it's amazing on how they actually survive the trip.
Yeah, I mean, if it's an empty ship, there's nothing to make it go off. I mean,
Well, they had some too where they seen the ship and it was people that were out fishing and that got caught in that.
Mm-hmm.
And they found them as basically skeletons. I mean, the birds and that stuff have tore them apart. And,
yep.
But some of them are really rickety, like you wouldn't think could do anything or make it anywhere, and they made it.
Do you ever see some of the subs like that come from like South America for like drug runners?
Yeah.
They take like old propane cylinders and shit, and they carve them out, put a little helmet with a little visual, and it has a little pedal bike so they can go.
Well, that was like the first submarines. I don't know if you know anything with the first subs in the Civil War.
No.
They had one, and I think they lost 3 or 4 crews, crew people, before they figured out that once you seal it up, you can't rebreathe the same air.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But yeah, it was interesting in how they did it, and for some reason, people kept volunteering to go in these things. And it's like, after the 2nd or 3rd crew dies from asphyxiation,
Yeah, you'd have to figure out like how long you can be under before you have to come up and get more air.
and then they finally got it to work. They figured it out. They went to one of the coasts, blew up a ship, and found out that, hey, a shockwave underwater will sink you too.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because basically they just go up to the ship, plant an explosive on it, back off, set a timer, but they couldn't get away fast enough. The shockwave went off, and the sub just nosedived, and they just found it a few years ago.
Yeah, World War I had a lot of those little depth charges.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know there's still a nuclear-powered sub. I think it's Russian.
It's underneath the Arctic Ocean.
Is that the one where it's got the nuclear bombs in it, and they're sitting there waiting for the water to expose to the material and explode?
Kinda, yeah. It's frozen underneath the ice. It can't get out.
Okay. Yeah, because I know there's one somewhere where they're talking about that it's going to take, 150 years or something like that, but they can't get the materials up, but they're just waiting for the water to break through.
Oh.
And they said once it does, it's basically going to kill off all plant and animal life within a certain amount of area.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, last year up in Siberia, they hit 100 degrees and they had so much methane release that you could go up to the bubbles in the lakes and light it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They were showing that. It would look like little air pockets under there. You'd pop a little hole with a chisel, light it, and go shh. It would like.
I'm still waiting for this country to try putting mufflers on cows and shit.
Yeah. We gotta be smart about this shit, though.
Yeah, but they're bitching about that. The cattle with methane or methane
cattle
gas
are the
and all
worst
that.
producers of methane.
So they gonna do put like a gas mask on them and a tailpipe?
Well, a lot of it's just in their shit. Like change their diet up, maybe.
Yeah, that would work. Well, I know they released it too when they bring the cud back up. Some of that air that comes up with the cud actually comes out of their mouth.
Regurgitated cum bubble, is that what you're calling it?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're going to basically have to put a gas mask and a muffler on these cows. You're going to see them running around.
They're going to look like the Russians back in the day. Little fucking snorkels.
Well, I'm just thinking you're going to see a little like a muffler for like a motorcycle stuffed in a cow's ass.
Yeah, well, fit your arm all the way up there, so it'll work.
Yeah, you probably. Can you imagine the farmers out there going, "Yeah, my cow's got some
I
mods
gotta change
to
the
it."
scrubbers on these things; they're starting to leak.
I got a Flowmaster 40 series on my cows.
Oh my god.
The Chinese cows,
Brings new meaning of the term fart can.
right?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Vehicles are just gonna get weird. They're totaling them out for the smallest of things because it costs too much to replace.
Well, and the funny thing is, I mean, we've had really fuel-efficient gas vehicles from the 70s, but they just don't want to go with that design.
Oh, they had it all the way back in the 60s with a carburetor. It's still sitting on the shelf at Ford.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they said that they had a carburetor that was capable of up to 100 miles to the gallon with a carburetor.
So that's what I don't understand is why not just let us run this and get away from some of the electric vehicles? I mean, I'm not saying that the electric vehicles are a bad idea. They're a good idea, but they need to come up with something a little more...
It's called horsepower.
Well, yeah.
Bring up the compression, raise the horsepower. It also raises torque, which means you're going to move faster, which means you're not using as much fuel in the long run.
There you go. So basically, you got a really slow car, you burn up more fuel.
Yeah. So, like when it was, 75, 74, somewhere there, when they had that first embargo?
Oh, yeah.
That's when they down-tuned all the engines and lowered the compressions down to almost like a 9-to-1. It's like, well, yeah, you got 180 horsepower. You're still pushing the same size car.
But you're taking more fuel to get that same size car to move.
Uh-huh.
God, those are some bad times. I mean, the cars just sucked. It killed the muscle cars. It made the pony cars really pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 78 through 81, eh.
I mean, come on, look how great those Mustang 2s were.
Yeah, the King Cobra was pretty badass.
Yeah, but still had no power. It was running 302 with nothing.
Yeah, it was 302 and nothing, but they had the rally one.
What was that? Was that actually a 302 or was that a
302?
Okay, because I know.
Yeah, they had a 4-banger in some, and they had the 302 in the others.
And then, I mean, Ford did a decent job with the SVO for the Fox body when that first came out.
Yeah,
that was cool. A little turbocharged 4-cylinder.
Yeah, a little 2.3.
And I think those were actually putting out just as much horsepower or
8s.
more as the GTs.
Yep. Yep, they were putting out exactly the same, but they didn't last.
No, people didn't like the European styling of it.
Well, but they also didn't have the same reliability. The turbos were hot air; they weren't intercooled. So,
well, that and it's hard when you've got a group of people that are used to the Mustang being a rear-wheel drive V8 with plenty of power. And then you slap a 4-cylinder in it, and it's not the same.
We have an electric Mustang now. It's a Ford or SUV Mustang.
It's actually, you think about it, though, it's actually pretty cool. I mean, in a sense, if you can build it up like, they've shown, I forget who the drifter is that has one, But it's like 1,400
Ken
horsepower.
Block, probably.
No, it's the other one. It's Draft, or Griffin, or
McGrath.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that thing is just badass.
They're just torque monsters. The Hummer, 1,000 horsepower.
Well, I know that one's like 14.
Yeah, it's just nuts.
Did you ever see the video on that thing of where he's running around and he's actually driving it against like Joey Logano's NASCAR?
Oh.
Haley Deegan's driving a car. I forget what it is, but it's all the different Mustangs. But that thing is just smoking them.
Yeah,
1,400
should.
horsepower. An electric car, so it's like instant power now.
Yeah. Power on demand.
Hey, that actually looks pretty cool. I wouldn't mind test driving one just to see what it's like.
Yeah. The hell my cousin say it was like for the new Hummer it's $125,000. And then
wow.
you have to buy their power plan package, which is a $15,000 upgrade to your home.
Jesus.
So you're paying almost $150,000 for a car. You're putting $150,000 Hummer in a $150,000 house. I mean, it's like, this is stupid.
Might as well live in it.
Yeah, for that price.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand it.
Well, what are like the Teslas in that hook too? Because I know they plug right into your home.
Yeah, they have their own inverter though.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, built right in.
Now, how long do those things take to actually charge up?
2 hours. Now, if you get like the Chevy Spark, I think it is. That's an overnight charge.
What about like the Volt? Is that about
Same
the same?
thing.
No.
They
The
don't.
technician at work has a Volt, and he just plugs it in.
Yeah, they plug it in every night. It takes hours, not 2 hours like the rapid charge.
I know,
on
he keeps
Tesla.
it... At work, we got the plug-in, so he just keeps it plugged in outside, and he's done with work, he
he doesn't
unplugs
want
it.
to spend it on his own.
Well, no, we have the plugs for it at work all over the place.
But how many hours of drive time do you get out of those? Like, say you're driving
Oh, on a
cross
road
country
The new one's
at 70
300
miles. So you get 300 miles. So basically, you can plan that out. That's your day. You can drive 300 miles and then
Yeah.
chill out for a while.
That would suck.
But say we drove down to her
Yeah.
dad's, that's like 680 miles.
So we'd have to, like, take a 2-day trip versus a 1-day.
Our
get
8-hour
down
drive
to,
would be a 12-hour drive.
Yeah, 'cause you'd have to stop and charge it for a while.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sucks.
If they have anywhere to charge it in the
Yeah.
middle of Illinois. Yeah.
There's-
I was about to say Quick Trips, but Quick Trips don't exist in Illinois.
No,
No,
Casey's
they
do.
don't. Yeah, but good luck finding them. There's, like, nothing on the way down to his
Yeah, there's
house.
nothing.
Literally nothing.
57's empty pretty much out of, like, as soon as you leave
Oh.
Chicago till you get to Champaign.
Why? Whereabouts is he? Like, you don't
Way-
have to give the exact. I mean, what state is he in?
Well, he's down by, do you know where Metropolis, Illinois is?
Yeah.
He's outside of Metropolis.
Yeah, because they got a big statue of Superman
Yep.
there.
That's basically where he lives.
I've
So,
drove by
right
there
on
a
the
couple
border.
times.
Yeah, right on the border of there in
That's by Kentucky, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, right
Kentucky,
across. Yep.
Illinois.
Paducah.
We used to
Yeah.
go down there when I was a kid, go fishing at Horseshoe Lake, I think it is, down there.
Okay.
There's some really cool fishing down there.
Do they?
Catfish.
We didn't.
Yeah,
I guess we
gar
didn't see that down
and-
there when we
Yeah.
were there.
Carp.
Although my dad sure did show us all the
Everywhere it
water.
flooded.
Oh my goodness, everywhere. We're like, oh my god.
It was this high 25
Everywhere.
years ago.
Ohio.
Oh, yeah, the flood of 94.
It has them marked all the way back 100 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it,
Like
it is
everywhere
actually kinda
he
cool.
stopped, it had like the lines of the highest water levels for the year.
Well, I know they actually had a thing I was watching on YouTube. This is when you get bored and you're watching weird shit.
I do that.
But they showed, I think, was it like 10, 15 miles away from the Mississippi, they found a riverboat that was embedded in the ground. But that
Whoa.
was from back in the day when the Mississippi flowed one way, and then they had an earthquake and flooding and stuff, which actually shifted the Mississippi farther out. It was just interesting, because a farmer's sitting there plowing up his field, and he hits something. He's like, what the hell is this? Starts digging up a fucking steamboat.
That's actually pretty fucking cool. I never heard about that. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's the
he's
kinda
like,
stuff
why
I would
is it
love to see.
here?
Yeah.
You
It
know?
could have been a dredge though too,
It could have been.
because down in that area they had like minerals that they were trying.
Or
to
they
dredge
flooded
out.
one year and it came. It, you know what I mean? It flooded
Yeah.
over that way, and then it dried
Well,
up,
they
and
s-
it just got buried.
They said the river used to actually run
Oh,
that
okay.
way.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Army Corps of Engineers changed it.
That, and they said with like the earthquakes and stuff like that
Yep.
too. Because if this earthquake or this fault line ever goes, we're going to have some massive issues.
Oh, I'm sure.
We had a little tremor a couple years back.
Well, they say this is actually bigger than the fault line than the San Andreas.
Yeah.
Really?
So if this ever goes, it's enough to basically shift the whole flow of the Mississippi.
Wow.
Yep. It would actually crack and widen because that's kind of where the fault line runs.
That would be kind of interesting, but we'd have some massive effects here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're close enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It'd be fun.
No.
It might shift the Great Lakes up a little bit too.
Could.
Because
Yeah.
I think that fault line runs all the way up to the Lake Superior.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
Yeah. It's on, it's on that side of the state.
Mm-hmm.
Goes up and connects up there.
Well, I think the Mississippi runs the whole fault line, if I remember right.
I could, yeah.
So that would
Probably.
be kind of part of me kind of wants to see what's going to happen.
You know why it runs there, though?
Hmm.
The crater that actually killed off the dinosaurs is found to be in...
Isn't that right there by Mexico?
Yeah, like right in the Gulf.
Yep. Well, they've said there's a couple of them.
Yeah,
they're not
they
sure
found
exactly
the
which
actual
one.
crater hole. It's
But
huge.
yet, they said the main one was the Gulf of Mexico right there.
Oh.
And that stuff, oh my God, I would not. Well, you figure anything that big is it's an extinction killer. Well,
If it's the size of a car, we're kind of fucked.
yeah. And we're not going to see the effects within the first couple of hours. So we'll have a little warning, basically time to kiss our asses goodbye.
Yeah, well, you guys are going to die. We're just letting you know.
I don't even know if there's going to be enough time to get everybody into safe places
Probably
and that.
not.
Just human centipede it out and kiss each other's ass
Oh,
goodbye.
gross.
Oh God.
Ugh. Why? No.
Oh, those
That-
movies were fucked up.
I never watched. I think
I seen
I
all
only
of
seen the
them.
South Park one.
You actually fully watched them? Oh, I couldn't do it.
I tried. The
couldn't.
first one I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one I don't think I've seen. The third one I seen parts of it, and that one was even more fucked up.
Oh my god.
Because that was in a prison, and the guard decided, because he read the stuff that happened with just the three people, and he took all of the prisoners. So there was 200-300 people in this huge human centipede line.
Yuck.
And it was funny because I think it was a reporter that came in and tried to bust him. She ended up getting hooked to the end of this line.
That's so gross.
So, yeah.
It's a shitty job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to be in that, I think I'd rather be the first guy.
Yeah.
I want to be in the front.
Yeah. That's
At least you get to eat food.
Yeah. Well, in the first episode, or the first movie, they just basically fed him like dog food. And the guy kept trying to hold it and hold it and hold it. And finally, he's like, so the chick behind, he's like, I am so sorry. I can't hold it anymore. And she's like, oh.
It's like South Park.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a fucked up episode.
It's just that whole thing. Whoever thought of that is fucked up. Whoever thought of those movies is like, oh my god.
The ultimate torture.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
just
Sew their
disgusting.
asshole shut and force feed them beans.
Oh, Jesus.
That would make them explode.
Oh, my God. That would back you up pretty quick.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, you'd probably, yeah.
It would kill
You'd
you.
probably
That would
actually
kill
go into
you.
cardiac arrest first.
Well,
Yeah,
your
you
body
probably
would
would.
become septic at that
Oh
point.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the gas buildup would probably put too much pressure on the heart.
Well, no, I actually, when you say that, I had an uncle that passed away from that. He was working on a truck and then ruptured a hernia, which
Ooh.
blocked everything.
Oh.
Ouch.
And by the time he passed, he was actually puking up shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because his system got so blocked and everything had nowhere to go. It just went up.
So his intestinal
Ugh.
tract went through the hernia, basically. It popped out the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can imagine we probably just lost any listener that was just listening to us.
Well, we probably did after Human Centipede.
Yeah, we probably did. They're probably like, and I'm done.
Wow, this is a car show?
I just thought about that. I was like, everybody went, oh, this is nope.
Hammer's probably sitting there shaking his head. All right, so
Why, guys? Why?
how did we get there?
I don't even know. I don't even know how we got there.
I
Blame
did
the
that.
guy with the mic.
I'm pretty sure that
We all
you
have
started some. No, it might have been him. He mentioned.
I think it was him.
I think he started.
Damn it, Tony.
sick fucker.
Yeah, because you said human centipede.
He
That
did.
shit.
He did. It was you.
Salt Park.
Way to go.
Yeah. Thanks.
Red Rocket.
All right, so getting on to Automotion for next
Yes.
week. Now, I know Mount Olympus is going to do their car show.
Yes.
I know I mentioned the Slide Society doing their drift show.
Mm-hmm.
Who else does the car shows up there?
Well, they have the main show, which is the classic car show, which I think they're having it at Mount Olympus this year because they sold, what is that water park there?
Noah's Ark?
Noah's Ark. Yeah, they sold that. So they usually have had it there for years, and they sold it. Why the new owners wouldn't allow it, I don't know.
You'd
But-
think they would, because
yeah.
there's a shit ton of potential business.
Right? Yeah, and they didn't. And
Yeah, is it up and operational though?
no, it wasn't. Every year we went, the water park wasn't open during Automotion.
Right,
Either way,
what
the
I'm
parking
getting
they
at
just
is
used the giant parking lot for it.
They may own it, but maybe they don't have all the insurance and everything else on
Oh,
the lot
maybe.
to do that. Yeah.
So who bought that? Like a private company?
I don't.
I'm surprised Mount Olympus didn't buy it. They
they
seem to buy
might have.
everything.
They might have bought it actually. No, they probably bought it.
I mean,
They
they
bought
pra-
everything.
That guy practically owns that town.
Yeah, he does.
Because I think there's only like 3 or
Probably
4
bad,
different
though.
hotels that are up there that he don't own.
It's probably bad though that one person owns the entire
It's called a
Dells.
monopoly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm not sure that's a good. I mean, the guy was nice enough, but eventually that's going to be a bad thing, and people aren't going to want to stay there. 'Cause
Well, he
they'll
was
just-
pretty decent to us when we were
All
there.
the prices are decent on the hotel. It's not like he's
Yeah.
gouging anybody.
No.
It's just you got to have variety.
Yeah.
Well, that, and I know the Ho Chunk Nation owns a lot of stuff up there too.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
kind of between them,
Mm-hmm.
and all the little shops are privately owned, and
Yeah.
but yeah, as far as like everything around there, it's like one guy owns everything.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Well, that's why he drives a Lambo.
Yeah, and then Rex the Lambo is like, nah, whatever.
Right.
I have
just-
another one.
This is just my beater.
That's his daily driver.
This is
It's
my
the-
beater.
He's got a race car and another one sitting in the garage.
But I hate
Another,
to
like,
see it's a really nice one.
Right.
It's probably chromed.
Probably.
So has he got a winter beater Lambo too?
They have an all-wheel drive Lambo.
Yeah, they do.
I thought most of them were all-wheel drive.
No,
Oh,
I think the only one is the. What the fuck is that?
well, they've got
I
the
don't know.
SUV too now.
Yeah, they got an SUV Lambo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That thing's like a tank.
Yeah.
Avanti, I think it is, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's all-wheel drive.
Wasn't that what he had up there that day?
I don't remember.
That he crushed the nose on?
Yeah,
Did he crush it, or the person that drove it on crushed
Well,
it?
who I don't know who did it,
Yeah.
but somebody crushed the nose.
Yeah, they went to go
they
push.
didn't put
pull
ramps
it up on
under
there.
it.
And
Well,
he-
they were trying to pull it up on the ramp.
And he was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
And
they didn't have the wood to get it to the ramp to actually get it at the right angle to go up.
Yeah,
And
it sits too low.
yeah. Well,
There's
the
such
nose
low-
is too long.
Well, and it's low too, so that doesn't help it
So I'm
any.
trying to think. Didn't he try to go? He tried to put it up forward first, or did he try to back it up, and that's when he broke it? Because I know one way didn't work, and the other way did.
I think they tried to drive first and then backed it in because I think that was better.
Okay. I don't even know
think.
why he put it up there. Just let
Just to
it.
show it off. That's why.
Well, that wasn't the same year though that
No,
that car
was the
group
following
wrecked
year.
it.
No, it is the same year that the car group wrecked it.
That was the following year. He had it out in
No.
the parking lot when he did it.
No, that's the same year.
So what they do to it? Key it and stuff, or
They destroyed the
Jumped on
whole
it.
thing. They bashed in all the windows. They jumped
They were
on it.
jumping on it.
They keyed it. They
Why?
spray painted it. Because they're a bunch of dicks. I mean, why would you do that to someone's car? So that's why he blocked off his damn parking lot. Because he was like, well, fuck you guys then.
that's the thing I don't get. If you're in a car group, you're supposed to respect
Right.
what everybody's done. You don't have to like the car.
Right.
Just respect what it is and what they've done
Right.
to it and stuff. And it just, to me, that's just they're not car guys.
Well, that's why they also didn't get their permit to do their car shows up there. They got denied it several times, and they've been throwing a fit about it ever since. Well, that's what you get when you do stupid shit.
Bunch
You're
of
not going to
whiny
get
bitches.
Yeah, you're not going to get your permits when you fuck people's shit up and destroy things.
Well, anytime you meet one on the street, too, it's like that's all they want to do is just race you.
Yeah, roll race you. They don't want to race.
Well,
Roll
it
racing
just-
is not racing.
So,
Just because you can accelerate doesn't mean you actually
Didn't take
raced.
off.
and there went the other half of our people listening. Thanks, Tony.
Well, we may or may not still have Hammer listening.
Oh,
He
so we
hasn't
got
said
one.
anything in the chat room, so.
We have one. Yay, we have one listener.
And he has to listen because
Well, yeah, he
Like,
kind of.
Racing has
owns
always
the
been
stuff
from a
that
dick.
we're
It's
talking
always
on.
either arm or a flashlight. It's not driving down Highway 151 and trying to like see who can go faster for 100 yards. It's like cool.
so you're not going to do a rolling start at all.
I no. The only reason why people do the rolling is because they have turbo cars and they don't know how to spool up.
Mm.
That's all it comes down to.
Well, doesn't line lock help you with that too a lot?
Line lock is for burnouts.
Yeah, but can't you use it for spooling or no?
Yeah.
No, that's a two-step.
Okay.
So you hit the two-step and it throws extra fuel through, which causes the turbo to spin faster because it's burning through the turbo.
Mm-hmm.
It actually kind of overheats the turbo, though, so it's not always the best thing.
Okay.
I don't know. I build boost on my e-brake because my feet are too small. So I
Yeah.
use the e-brake, and then as soon as the light goes, I release it and I go.
See, I don't have to worry about that. I'm naturally aspirated.
Yeah.
I got no turbo, no supercharger, no nothing.
Not a nothing.
I got
Zero
I,
zilch.
I got nothing. Just motor.
You can make it go faster.
Well, yeah. It just costs money.
Nah, it's cheap.
I didn't have grenade in that thing,
Nice.
I think.
Like we're in freaking Fast and the Furious over here. Got some nice.
that shit to blow yourself up.
Yeah, NOS is just the company.
Yeah.
But I think, if I remember right, I think that'll handle either a 50 shot
You can go up to 75 in yours.
without exploding it.
Yep. I would do a fogger plate or a dry nitrous system.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the wife would love that one.
Well, I mean, if you do a dry system, you just got to run really good fuel. If you run a wet system, do a fogger plate. Don't ever do direct injection unless you know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, I'd just have somebody set it up because I don't know what I'm doing and I don't want to explode.
Well, you melt stuff when you do direct injection.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like fun.
No.
Especially an engine that's got a lot of plastic parts, too.
Well, yeah. You'd burn holes through pistons.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
It's just extra ventilation for them, right? Keeps them cooler with the hole in the center.
Actually, it turns out to be a cool fireball for about 30 seconds.
Nice. I mean, I blew a piston out of a block before. That was cool.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
Going down the road at 70, all of a sudden the motor just makes a loud pop and stops running. You're like, what the hell? You open up the hood and there's a massive hole and you got a piston that tried to escape.
You're like, well, that's done.
I wonder if it'll still crank.
Fuck it, at that point, you might as well.
Get out the JB Weld, guys. We're going to keep going.
Well, I had my first car was an 84 Chevy Caprice wagon with a 305. That thing ended up spinning a bearing, and I couldn't blow it up. We even put a brick on the accelerator and let it sit for like an hour or two, and the thing sounded like it had, somebody with a sledgehammer trying to hammer themselves out of it, but it wouldn't let loose.
We did that with a 350. We drained all the fluids. Drove it 20 miles back. It still ran. I'm like, the hell?
Son of a bitch.
So we put a freaking brick on the bastard and let it go. It went for a half an hour before it finally said, nope, we're done. Finally locked it up. But the tolerances are so fucked up on all those old engines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like your import engines that are so tightly toleranced that they just overheat immediately.
Everything is.
Well, the older engines, they weren't that self-destruct either.
No, they were made to last on shitty oil.
Those are a lot of the engines where they'll run like old grease and shit from grease traps. Drive down the road and your car smells like French fries.
Yeah, that's the diesels. A lot of people did that with like the Mercedes diesels.
Mm-hmm.
They get the oil heater and the fry oil in the back because you got to preheat the oil.
I mean, at least it'd be cool the fact that, we drive down the road and it smells better.
It's free.
There you
Most
go.
times. Most people have to pay to have it like removed, so they give it away for free.
Now, how hard is it when you get them converted over to kerosene?
Caro?
Because I know I've seen a couple like farm trucks that are converted over.
Yeah, I've never seen them on kerosene.
I know I've threw kerosene into a gas vehicle before when I was young because I thought it was gas, and
Yeah.
your vehicle does not run the greatest.
No.
It'll run, but it spits, sputters, and wants to die.
Yeah, it doesn't have the explosive type.
Yeah, because I threw
compounds.
that in a little Jeep Wrangler when I was younger because it was in a regular gas can. I'm like, oh, I need to put gas in this thing.
Yeah, kerosene is more of like a pressure heat source style, like a jet fuel.
Yeah, four-cylinder, the little Chrysler four-cylinders do not like it too well. They'll run, not very well.
JP4 would run. Jet fuel.
Yeah.
It would run in a diesel.
Yeah, but would that explode the engine?
No.
Huh.
No,
Sweet. So I could run some jet fuel in my truck once it's running.
Most diesel actually has kerosene in it, especially coming into winter. That's what they use for anti-gel.
Oh, okay. I wonder if that's a lot of like the diesel 911 and stuff is because
Yeah.
that smells just like kerosene.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because I know I throw that in my truck every winter.
Your truck run?
Not now,
Wanna know why?
because it's a Ford 6.0. What?
No. Pop your filter off. I bet you it looks like cum.
I should try that tomorrow.
It sucks all the water into your filter and it fucking plugs off the fuel from being able to get sucked into the system.
Well, I know Tripper's still trying to convince me to try to just throw some shit in that and fire it up. And it's like, if something breaks, I don't know.
Yeah. Drop your fuel water separator. Clean out the fuel that's in there. It's going to be all gelled up with like a white. It's going to look like your headphones white.
Okay. Now, is that must be the little tank on the top? Because the way the Ford sits, it's got this.
You should have like a glass ball looking thing with a drain on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, there
Yeah.
is. I think that runs into that because I think that's the fuel filter that's up there and the oil filter's up there.
So get like a diesel dye,
Mm-hmm.
run it in there, so you can actually see how much fuel is actually in there. I bet you don't get any.
Okay. Well, that's what it seems like it's doing because, I mean, it'll start to want to crank, but it just doesn't go.
Yeah, you'll have about that much diesel and like that much fucking water.
Okay.
It's all just gelled up.
Well, see, I was wondering if, like, the injectors or something went, and then somebody was telling me with those Ford 6.0s, the oil pump has an issue.
They do, but you shouldn't have that issue.
'Cause
Yeah, they're
the
bulletproof.
damn thing ran before the alternator went.
Yeah.
It ran fine.
How long did it sit?
Well, now it's sat about 6 months.
Yeah.
But it didn't sit that long at that point. Maybe 3-4 weeks, but it was colder than hell.
Yeah. Probably gelled up on you.
Well, that's what I thought, too, and then I've tried to get it started since when it's been really nice, and I can't get it to fire over.
We'll come down a weekend.
But, I mean, it acts like it wants to.
Yeah, you got to crack the all. You have to repurge the whole system.
Okay.
You probably either have air in your line, or you just don't have enough fuel to actually make it run.
Okay.
So we'll drop all the filters and purge it.
All right, cool, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I know I've been trying to set up a time to send it to a place that specializes in those power strokes, but that's going to be expensive.
Nah.
And I'm sure they'll find something wrong with it that's not wrong with it.
I started off as a diesel tech in the Army, so I learned a lot from that.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you ever get a chance, come on down, because I'd like to get the thing running.
We'll come down a weekend.
I mean, honestly, if I had it running for this weekend, I'd just trailer the Mustang and bring it up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm not worried about it, obviously, this weekend, but...
We'll get her running.
Okay, cool.
Because I've had a lot of tractors do the same thing.
Yeah, because it threw me off because the thing died because the alternator killed the batteries. Put new batteries in it, put a new alternator on it, and nothing.
Yeah, but you probably put that diesel medic in there too, didn't you?
Oh, the diesel 911?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did that because I was figuring the fuel was probably gelled up because it sat for so long and it was negative degrees
So
out.
when you do that, it pulls all the shit to the bottom.
Okay.
Your fuel is now floating way above it. Your fuel pickups on the bottom.
So that's all it's trying to run on?
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
you're gonna have to reprime the whole system and then just run all that shitty fuel out.
Okay. Yeah, because that fuel's the winterized diesel fuel and it's been
Suck it out,
sitting now.
pump it out, do something, get rid of it.
Okay.
Run some premium. Number 2.
Okay. That's not the off-road diesel, is it? Yeah. Now, what is the difference with that?
Off road?
Yeah, the off-road diesel.
It's cleaner.
So why is that? Why can't you run that?
It's not a low sulfur.
Oh, so it's more pollutants?
Kind of. More power. It's the stabilizer.
Okay. It just doesn't make any sense on how that's supposed to be illegal to run in your regular diesels, your pickups.
No, the legal part is it's not illegal to drive with it. It's if you use like farm or dyed fuels,
Okay.
you didn't pay taxes.
Gotcha.
So if like usually they'd say, "Oh, we're going to dip your tank," they go in with a little freaking sucker, and if it comes out blue or if it comes out red, you didn't pay for it.
But if you're paying for it at the pump, you're fine.
It comes out like this color,
So
clear-ish.
So at the pump, you're fine to run it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not red coming out of the pump.
Huh.
It's no different than going to Quick Trip. It says for off-road use only for their 93.
Oh, it does from
Yeah.
93? Oh, wow. I never noticed that. I know I've thrown 93 in the car trying to see if that'll help it because it seems like it's got a little pre-detonation in it. That thing needs to be programmed bad. I need to find somebody with a tuner.
You have a pre-det.
It seems like, I don't know if it's pre or not, because when you're sitting there idling, you can hear it like pop, 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 like there's a popping in between the firing. One of these days, I should just have you take it for a ride and you tell me what you think.
Yeah. It could just be a leaking injector, though, too, where it's coming in on the exhaust stroke. You're just throwing extra fuel down.
Okay, because even it seems like it's fine when it's under a load, but when it's just sitting there idling, that's when I get that.
I'd have to hear it.
Okay. Wow, we've been going for an hour and a half.
And we finally got back to cars after an hour.
Yeah, welcome to the show. It's 5 minutes of car talk and an hour and 25 minutes
talking
of
about human centipedes.
centipedes.
And I'm just over here like,
Well, we are the Bad Habits Network, so I mean,
Yeah. Squirrel?
I think our couple people that listen to the show actually,
No.
Yeah.
That we're going to talk about fucked up shit.
right?
Yeah.
They expect it.
You know.
They're like, the boring car talk. All right, we're getting into something good now. Human centipede. And you know, there's that one guy that's a fan. He's like, yes, finally, they're talking about it. It took the automotive show, but they're finally talking about it.
Probably. Somewhere out there in the world. One of our two listeners.
I think we got like 3 now. I think we're moving up.
I don't think Hammer counts. He's always listening.
Oh,
So we're back down to one of the two.
Johnny might be listening.
Right. What? I thought they weren't even racing tonight.
They're not.
He's painting his car.
Oh.
With what? Like crayons or something?
Well, he's got some, trophies too, sex trophies running around there. So maybe he's letting them go.
And draw.
I mean, shit. My guys could probably paint a whole car with permanent marker in less than 5 minutes.
Have you ever seen that done? Like, I seen a car that was a white car, and the guy drew with a Sharpie and then cleared it.
Yeah, that was in the Dells. I think it was on like
cool.
a Lambo.
It was like a giant mural, the entire car.
It was done
Nice.
really good too.
Although, speaking of that,
Yeah.
I seen that one guy that we saw down at the Hot Rod shop. He
Which
made
guy?
the Anarchy list.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was going to be in Anarchy. He was talking about it down there. Yeah,
But
Jacob.
I seen it came across Facebook, and he was in. He made it.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
So shout
which
out to
one
him.
Is he doing the red one or the other one?
It was the American flagged one.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know which one of the two he
Freedom.
was doing. Well, I don't know if he can run the red one because it doesn't have a hood.
And it also doesn't have a cage.
I don't think the other one did either.
I'm
I
not
don't think
sure.
it did.
I don't remember.
Not all those cars have cages though.
Yeah. He might have to have a chute, though.
I don't know.
But-
I'd always ask him sometime.
But I just wanted to
On
tell
that.
him congratulations on making it, and
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. It's kind of cool to see somebody that you've met in that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, you know?
Now you just got to show up and watch them.
Yeah.
I know. My wife and I are talking about it. We want to go do it this year.
No talkie,
Yeah.
come.
When is the dates for that?
Whoa.
Coming.
Are we talking about the same thing again?
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
When's-
The dates. Let me look that up. Let me
Oh,
see what...
sorry. I thought you knew that.
No, I know it's
June 12th.
Don't you know everything off the top of your head?
It's the
I
second
should.
Saturday.
I
in June.
probably should know more of this stuff. It's been a crazy beginning
Second
of the
Saturday
year.
in June.
Gotcha.
I think it's either 12th or 14th.
I'm not gonna guess. I'm gonna just look it up. So
And
we're gonna look at
where is this? Where are they doing this at? Where's it located?
GLD.
Yeah, Great Lakes.
Great Lakes Dragway.
Great
Gotcha.
Lakes.
Okay.
Dragway.
Dragoway.
There's
And
an
what
A
town
in
is that in?
Union.
Yeah, Union Grove.
Byron?
Yeah, I was
Wrong
like,
one.
he's now
Union
sending
Grove.
them to the other side.
So they're going to run two different divisions, one down at Byron, one at
I was thinking
Great Lakes.
wheelie comp, and I was like, nah, wrong.
That is cool.
June 12th.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fall one is September?
Yeah, because he does two of them, right?
Yeah. September 22nd or something like that. The fall one.
Now, is there any
Something
of
like September.
is there any of the guys coming to? Oh, excuse me. Any of the guys coming from what is it, Street Outlaws? Are they going to be there?
99% of the time,
don't
they don't
think so.
actually tell anybody because
Yeah.
it
I don't know,
becomes
they-
a shit show.
Gotcha.
They came one year.
Well, I know the guy with the Mustang did. The yellow Mustang, I think.
Oh
it was.
yeah, that's because he was around before it was Anarchy, but back when it was Cot still. He actually started with that. He lived up here and moved down
okay.
Yeah,
there.
he's from Chicago.
Yeah, he's one of the Chi-Town guys, but he moved down there.
And they're
So,
from
boosted.
Oklahoma that runs that, right?
Yeah, the
Or is
down,
it Texas?
Texas.
It's
he's
Texas.
down in Texas, but yeah,
Mike Amarillo, he was here last year.
yeah.
Okay, because
He's the one that has the little fox body with the flag up the front.
I just couldn't remember because I know they have big grudges against like the Oklahoma guys or they
Oh,
were
it's-
the
it's a-
Texas
Yeah, the
it's a
guys.
border
Chi-Town
war.
guys, and it's
Yeah, but how much of that show is actually real?
a lot of it is
65%.
a lot of it is staged. I mean, the racing is real.
Racing,
Yeah, but
racing
how?
is real.
See, I always figured it had to be staged because just due to the fact of
But-
how come the cops?
they
Well-
rent out the
Busted.
roads.
Actually, they rent
Oh, they
them
do?
out. Yeah, the cops know about it and they have it blocked off for them.
Oh, so they try to make it look
Yeah.
like illegal
No, it is
street.
a street. It's a real.
Well, they
street.
try to make it look like it's illegal street
Yeah,
racing,
but they talk about it on there that it's blocked off now. They used to when they started was more realistic because they did it illegally on TV, and then it
Okay.
started catching up to them. So now they have to
They pay the permit.
pay their way
Gotcha.
to do it. Yeah.
See, I just didn't know if that was something like when you see like the moonshine runners, where they've got people with the
Yeah,
cops
see,
and
I
people
always
with.
wonder about
it's
that,
like,
yeah.
how come they're not talking back and forth? And
Not only that, you would think that the cops would watch the show and be like, "Okay, I know exactly where they are," and just bust them.
exactly,
Busted like
Yeah.
4 times. He sat in jail a lot.
who did?
Tickle. The
Ah.
one that was with Tim.
Okay,
He
but
got,
it just
he got
never made
busted
it.
only for the simple fact that after he got busted with the moonshine, he had a felony. But then he had
Hmm.
a sawed-off shotgun in his truck, which you can't have because it's a sawed-off shotgun, too. He's
Yeah.
a felon, so you can't have a gun, period.
Oh, so he got nailed a couple times.
Yeah, he was doubly fucked on that one.
Huh. But yeah, I always just never understood why the people filming it were like, "Hey, you want a tip on this? This guy's going to be here." I mean,
See
they could
the
do
one
it vice
sheriff?
versa.
The sheriff actually is now a moonshine runner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one that they always showed on there.
So, in other words, he realized there was more money in
Oh, it was
moonshine.
hell of a lot more money. He retired from being a cop and he became a shiner.
That would actually be really fun.
Yeah. Because who the hell's going to ever guess that one?
True, and he's got more knowledge of how to hide the shit.
Kinda. These guys come up with some cool shit.
Yeah, they do.
I'm surprised
Like
that
make a water truck and they pour it all into the
they
big
have a
containers.
list. Okay.
Well, shit, you could do something like that and have a separate storage tank for the moonshine and still have what it's supposed
That one
to
dude
be.
with the pork chops put it in the freaking like diesel tank that was in the backside of his truck, and then somebody shot his fucking truck.
Oh man!
While he's sitting in a parking lot, somebody shot the truck and fucking booze is just running down the freaking backside. He's trying to like drive away. It's leaking everywhere.
So back to Anarchy really quick here, because I'm on the site right now. So, on the Anarchy site on Facebook, if you go on Facebook and you just type in Anarchy No Prep, they will give you the full list of all the cars that are locked in. Trent has them all posted on there, so it does look like a pretty good, decent lineup this year. There's all sorts of, there's a lot of different cars this year.
And you got to be a 10-second car to be locked in, correct?
No,
than
they're
that.
all different classes.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. If you go on there, you can see all the different classes. Like here's big tire, here's 1080, 275.
Gangsters like your slower street car, but
they
they're
don't-
fast as shit. I
You
mean,
don't have
I
to-
say the slower, but they're not slow.
They don't have gangster with this. That's Cots, you're thinking.
Oh. Wow.
But yeah, they like have big tire, 1080, 275 class.
Well, I'm assuming there's probably not a class for my car. Like low street.
No, they have street. They have junior.
Yeah, hard tire.
They have junior.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm running
Here's
probably a 14-second car.
13.2. Here's a
On a good day.
13.2 class.
Oh,
13.2.
it wouldn't take much to get me there.
Juniors, 1080.
I get into a 13s.
Yeah, 13.2. Here, you could race this truck.
Yeah, is that a diesel?
No.
No, that's
probably
probably
an
just a
EcoBoost.
3.5 freaking F-150. Those things run pretty freaking quick
Yeah.
on a tuner.
What else they got? 320.
I think they run like, what was it?
320 car. So he's
What's
got,
it mean by 320?
That's what they.
1320.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you said 320. I'm like,
Sorry, no, not 320.
I was just thinking
saying
that's
that wrong.
pretty fucking quick.
320. 1320 is the. They have heavy hitters. What else they have? They have a lot. If you go on here, if you scroll through this, it'll tell you there's junior bike there. It'll show you what classes these cars are in and who's doing what. It gives you their names, who's all locked in.
So what do you have to do to lock in?
Well,
You gotta prove
you
yourself.
have to go through Trent, and there is he's got it on there. You can. If you go on there, he talks about it nonstop about what it costs to get into it. But you'd have to go through Trent to get locked into it.
Okay. So if anybody has any information that's listening to us, like our one or
Talk
two
to
people,
Trent. Yeah.
yeah, just
Get a hold of him. But you can go on the Anarchy site and you can message him, and he's really good at getting back at people. He is a busy guy. He's like everybody else. He's got a job.
we need to get him back on here at
So.
some point.
Yes, definitely. Oh, they got old school.
I mean, I'll have to talk
N2O.
to HR about that, or our rep about that.
Yeah. Our rep.
Yeah.
Our rep. Am I the rep?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait. Thinking about. I'm like.
You're PR, remember?
PR, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'm sure he probably would. If we're gonna do that, we probably should get him in before Anarchy so he could talk about it.
Okay.
Get him
so
on.
one of our next shows,
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
probably.
Probably next month.
I can talk to him and see if he's free. I know he's a busy guy, so
I know.
don't know what his
Well, even if
schedule
we could
is.
do a call-in, that'd be great.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
if he can't show up, even just a call-in would be perfectly fine.
yeah.
Get them recorded.
Even that, if you wanted to do it that way too, if
Yeah.
you said, hey, you got a second, and just record it through your phone or something,
Sure.
we could play it on here and we could have it set up.
Yeah.
We could do that as like a Patreon show or something.
Yeah. Something. We can figure it out with him. I'll get a hold of him.
Okay.
Because I know he is a busy guy, so he doesn't always right away get back to me and stuff because he's busy with the Anarchy and all that stuff. But he's pretty good at responding.
All right.
I
Well,
can talk to him.
I guess we should probably start thinking about killing it. Because I know it's getting late. We've been on for a while.
Yeah. What time would... Yeah. It's 9 o'clock. What?
Mm-hmm.
Or you started, what, 7:30?
Yeah, I started at
We
7:30.
started 5 minutes before we got here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's 5 minutes of the show where it's just me talking to myself and trying to figure out how to do it. I don't. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know how these people do it. How they make complete podcasts and shows by themselves. Because I think I could do a complete podcast and show by myself within 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
It's
I would
kinda
run
like
out of
people that
everything.
Talk
You
to
did-
themselves like in person too, though. Like
Yeah,
they,
but-
they get too used to it, and then all of a sudden, like there's like having a conversation with themselves.
I talk to myself, but I end up arguing with myself.
Yeah,
And I don't think
Yeah.
anybody wants to listen to that.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I got people showing up here with a straight
Right.
jacket.
Okay, come with us. Just this way. We're going to put you in
Here's a
this
handful
little white
of pills.
jacket.
Take the
Shit,
yellow one
I figure
first.
this way, if it's quiet, I'm good.
Yeah.
Sleep for a couple of days. You'll be
Right.
good. All
Get
your
some
energy
sleep.
comes back.
Yeah, like talk show radio. I don't know how these guys can do it for 2 hours.
I do.
I don't either.
If it's more than one person.
Well,
I
they
can
also
see
do
it.
an agenda, so they have a written
Yeah.
script that they follow.
Except for there is like I don't know if can I even say it on here? I don't even
probably
know.
not.
I don't know. It's not a podcast. It's just a radio show.
Well, I know, like, anytime you're listening to, like, NPR or something like that,
Yeah.
when they do theirs,
Yeah.
it's like, but yeah, you're right. They've got a full script, too, and they know what
Yeah.
they're talking
Yeah,
about.
but there's one
It's like
that
an
they just
agenda.
wing it like us. I listen to them every morning, and they're freaking phenomenal. They make me crack up. They're like,
Oh,
bunch
is
of
that
comedians.
the,
Jake and Tanner?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Dude, those two are freaking hilarious.
Yeah, Danny and I, when we go to accounts and that, when
Yeah.
he's driving, we'll listen to them, and
Oh,
we
they're
like
great.
doing their questions or
Yeah.
win Jake's money or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, they have stuff set up that they set up, but it's the only one that I found that is winging it all day. And they say it all the time. They're like, yeah, we just wing it. And they're always just, the shit they talk about is hilarious. Those two are, like, perfect for each other on there.
Well, I know they've been through a couple different radio stations.
Yeah, they have been, yep.
So-
All over the place. I think they started out in Michigan or something. I think that's where Tanner's at. Or
They're probably still
No,
in
Jake.
Michigan. It's just they get bought
no,
up by
they're
other
in
radio
Appleton.
stations.
They're out of Appleton.
Yeah.
They live up in Appleton now.
But I know during the whole COVID thing, they
Yeah.
were both doing it from their houses.
They still are. Yeah.
Oh, they still are?
They still are. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's funny because randomly the dog will walk in.
But yeah, that win the money and that,
Yeah.
that would be kind of fun to do. Danny and I have talked about it, and we've had
Yeah.
Danny on the show before
Yeah.
here. But we've done it, and we'll sit there and try to guess. And, you know, it's a lot easier when you're sitting there and you're not on the radio
Yeah.
and you're not the one.
Yeah.
But the moment that you're the one doing it, I
Yeah.
bet you just have complete brain
Oh,
lock.
I'm sure. I couldn't. Yeah, I'd be like, pass. I'd be that person. I'd just pass every question, and then later on be like, wow, I'm an idiot.
I would probably
I
do
knew
that.
all of those questions,
I would
but I
pass
didn't
the
at the
first
time. Huh?
Pass the first time. Think about it as you're going through.
Yeah.
And then
But they
next
do
time
it
comes
so
up-
quick that
Mhm.
by the time they come back to it, they don't give you time to. They'll just throw it back in randomly. Again, if you
Mhm.
pass, they'll throw it right back in at you.
Dude, some of those Jeopardy guys, I don't know where the hell they come up with all that freaking shit. It's crazy.
I don't know.
They know answers to things like nobody would know.
And how do you study for that?
They
I
give
know.
them, they give them a
You have
list
to
of the
read through everything.
optional items that are
Mhm.
going to be on there.
Oh,
And
okay.
they tell them, like,
Oh.
you're going to have
So
this
you have
many
a
categories.
random.
Yeah.
You have got a random chance of
Winning.
looking
Yeah.
up the right
Yeah.
stuff.
So they have, like, say, what is it, 8 across at a time?
Mhm.
They'll have, like, 32 items with all the lines. So then they have to try to figure out where they're going to be, but not all of them are going to fall in the same order. So, like,
Gotcha.
you might think your 200 is actually a 800 or 1,000 or whatever.
But that would suck. You're sitting there going, all right, I'm going to study for all the big questions and get all
Right.
those. And then all of a sudden, those
all
big
the small
questions get switched over to the small.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck.
pretty much. You'd have to study like nonstop before the show, pretty much,
Mhm.
and you could still not get it all because who knows? They probably throw random shit in there just to throw people off.
How'd that one guy go? Like 14 shows straight?
Oh, was it Ken Jennings or something like that?
Something like that.
That's crazy.
Went over $1 million.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
is there anything you guys want to promote real quick? Like Frank and Goat or anything? Or, you know.
Well, I mean, hopefully Automotion goes good. We'll see we'll see how everything goes up there. I mean, hopefully people find us up there, you know,
Mhm.
and everything.
Yeah,
will be
stop
fun.
by. Say hi if you see us.
Yeah. I mean, our cars are around.
Mhm. And we're not bad people. I mean, we're assholes at times, but,
Yeah.
you know, we
We
might
talk
say
about
hi.
random shit that you might not be interested in at the time, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk about it anyways.
Yeah, we sure talk about it.
We'll be sure to tell you our thoughts on that, and that's
Mhm.
that's how it's just gonna be.
It's either
But-
that if we don't know it, we'll tell you fuck off and run away.
Yeah, exactly. Run away. Oh, squirrel, and then we're gone.
Some guy walks up and asks you a question, you're like, I don't know, fuck you! Ah! Like, what'd I say? Nothing, he's just fucked up. Just weird.
This is weird.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah,
It'll
it
be
is.
fun. I think there's going to be a couple of people I have yet to meet. There's a person that also built a GTO.
Mhm.
He's coming up from Chicago.
Okay,
He's going to meet up with all of us, and we
nice.
just got it put back together. So that'll be cool to see.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was kind of joking around with my wife. I'm like, you realize I'm going to have the slowest car there.
No, you won't.
No, you won't.
Well,
There's a
out
lot
of, like, the people that I know you know that are supposed to be coming, because
Oh.
I seen who you tagged in that post, and I
Yeah.
was looking to see what their cars were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally going to be the slowest car. Fuck! Yeah, that's about it. I'm like the guy that's going to be going, guys, wait up!
Don't worry,
Well,
stop and go try.
yeah, it's not. Don't worry, you won't get very far. You'll be like, yeah,
Yeah,
They're pulling away. There we go,
accelerate
caught up.
and then brake.
yay.
Well, up there, it's pretty much you get, I think if you hit 5 miles an hour, you're speeding.
Oh yeah,
Kinda.
it's crazy because I mean there's so many people. Unless it gets rained out, which I hope it don't. I mean
It
we'll
ain't
still have
supposed
fun.
to.
Huh? No. Yes.
Awesome.
Good.
That's
That
one thing
means
I
it's
was
gonna be
worried about.
awesome.
Late showers
I mean,
on
we'd
Saturday
still have
night, but
fun.
It's not like you got to worry
I'd
about
still
it.
go have fun because, well, fuck it, you're there. And
We
it's
did it
so
in the
good
rain
you can-
last year.
We didn't
Or
go
2
last
years
year.
ago.
2 years ago. Yeah. It was on and off, though. It wasn't the whole time, which was fine.
Go for a drive when it's raining, park it, watch people get pulled over. It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, I know when
I'll bring the
last time
chair.
we went, it was hotter than hell.
Oh, yeah. It's back or forth.
Yeah, that's why I said pace yourself, because it's supposed
Yeah.
to be 85 degrees.
But I'll
so
bring
it's
a-
gonna be another one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
So prepare. But I'll bring chairs. I got tons of chairs. We'll sit
So
there and watch people get pulled over. That's a fun
we
time.
should probably buy
Yeah.
new chairs, though. Some of them.
Well, we got a
fall
ton of chairs too.
Yeah. But I got them in with Frank and Goat. I brought them all over there because I thought people would want to sit with me, and I'm alone.
apart. Yeah.
Hey, who wants to help me? Oh, nobody. Okay, I'm by myself. Where's my beer?
Well, at least you can't argue with anybody but you.
That's true. If I get angry and I throw a wrench, I'm only hurting myself.
Right. Just try not to hit yourself with a wrench.
Yeah, not the car.
You're stupid.
Stupid. Ow.
Then you show up back at home and he's like, "What happened to you?" I beat myself up with a wrench.
I was so angry
Gotcha.
at myself.
What is that from Liar Liar?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened to you? I kicked my own ass.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get going on it. I am. I'm kind of disappointed about not being able to get the motor where I wanted it to be. I wanted to bring it to his machine shop and all that, but I mean, you can only do so much, and if people aren't going to get back to you, then you find out other ways to do it, and, well, I'm one of those people. I'll find a way to do it, so
I got ideas.
either way, I'll get it done.
And, well, Tony's sitting there saying, "I got ideas," but you won't let him touch it.
I
Yeah.
don't have to touch it. I'll just buy the shit and have her put it in it.
Okay.
Well, either way, I mean, you might as well. I need this stuff anyways. I mean, it's good stuff. It's stuff that I'm going to use. I mean, eventually I'm going to rebuild my other cars at some point, so it's stuff I'm going to want to use.
I said we build this block the way you want to do it, and then we just buy another block.
Throw it in. 5.3 block.
No, get a 4.8
No,
twin turbo.
I'd do a 5.3. I had a 5.3, and it didn't. It randomly disappeared on me. Whatever. I bought it for $150, so I don't
Just
care.
twin turbo of 4.3 or whatever those were.
That's a 6.
Yeah, I know.
cylinder. Oh, you mean the
Like the
like the typhoons and the cyclones and shit?
put one of those in it. Nobody'd ever expect that.
That's true. They were
Ultra
pretty quick.
light.
Yeah, but those motors are hard to. They're kind of hard to build. Like to make. I mean, they're fast from factory, anyways. But to build them up even more, they're kind of a hard. Same with like the GN motors. They're kind of a little bit of a hard motor to
You just
build
swap
up.
pistons
Lots
and
of money.
Dish them.
It's a lot of money to build those motors.
It just
Great
be something
motors.
you've never
Great-
seen, though.
Yeah, it's
Because
true.
I don't think anybody's ever threw one of them in a GTO.
No, it would be interesting to do. I would love to put like a GM motor in there and just. I love those motors. Those are great cars, and I've always been a huge fan of GNs and T-types and all that stuff.
Shorten the
and-
stroke a little bit. Add some dish pistons. Get yourself around that 9.5-ish to 1.
I mean, you can make
Done
them
deal.
fast. They're
Yeah.
just expensive to make fast, and they're getting harder to find.
No, they're not. I got a shitload of them.
Not a typical 3.8, a GN.
Well, weren't those
3.8.
different?
Yeah,
that
they
was
were.
a 3.8.
They were different than the
And that was the start of the Vortec, wasn't it?
Oh, you mean the 4.3s?
No, well,
4.3,
is that
like-
whatever
4.3
was in the
Those
cyclones
were
and that.
Those were different. Those were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they weren't the 3.8s.
No, it was a 4.3.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, they were different than the Grand Nationals had the 3.8s, but they weren't
Yeah.
the 3.8s. I mean,
Well, is that the same as the GTP engines?
no.
No, not even
They're
close.
different.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
I don't
thinks they are because, it's a GM.
It says 3.8. It's the same, though.
Yeah, it's a
Well, I know
GM
there was a
vehicle.
difference between the 3.8 and the 3800.
Yeah. Yeah, they're different between the two. You
But-
can actually go a lot faster on a Grand National one than you can. I mean, you can actually make a 3.8 in a Grand Prix pretty quick too, but I don't think you'll ever get the same
the
amount
pulley.
as you can out of a Grand National.
Well, I think that's
so.
what GTP had. Johnny.
What, the 3.8? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
and
he
his
did.
old white one.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to do a lot to those to make them fast.
Change the pulley, change the fuel injection.
Nah, it's more than that though. Like to make them, you can make them quick, but they're not going to be fast unless you do a lot of hardcore work to them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like anything, you know.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
It does.
Racing
So-
is expensive.
It is.
Yeah. This is also why I haven't even touched my STI because talk about expensive. That car would be expensive to build.
Yeah.
You know what I
Trans
mean?
is $4,000
It's just,
used.
it's one of those. It's like I love it. It's a quick little car to drive around in. It's a lot of fun. It handles amazing. Is it fast? No, it's not fast, but it's fun. And it's a great.
Well, I think you've got more power than I've got.
It's fast on the top end when you actually go.
No, I mean it launches off the line pretty hard.
Oh, I'm saying like it has a longevity speed, high speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean that car is really pretty quick in a perspective kind of way, but to me, I grew up in a different. To me, it's not fast. To me, it's a quick car. Some other people are like, oh my God, that's fast, but then they also drove like a Prius. So, so to them, yeah,
My
it's
bicycle's
fast.
faster.
Or a Camry, you know what I mean? So they're going from that to that. Yeah, it's going to be fucking fast to them because they're not used to going anything faster than 17. So, but to me, it's not fast. It's quick. Is it fun? Yeah, it's quick. Yeah, but fast? No, fast to me would be anything, 9s probably.
Okay.
That's moving though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that's pretty
saying.
quick.
That's fast.
Anything below a 10,
Yeah,
you're throwing
10,
big money
9,
at it.
10. That that's pretty fast. Anything really kind of above that, yeah, it's they're still moving pretty good.
I
But
say if you can get below a 12, if you can stay in the 11s, that's pretty quick for a street car.
no, I would want mine
For a
GTO
street
to be
car,
faster.
like a daily driver.
Oh, daily driver, yeah.
Yeah.
If I could get my STI around that range, yeah, I'd be happy all day long to drive it like that.
Okay.
And it's a possibility, but
You can daily drive a 10-second car, but you're not going to like it.
depends on how you build it and what it is.
Yeah, but it's just wear and tear on an engine that just cost you a shitload of money.
Again, it's how you build it.
All right. Well, I
All
suppose
right.
on that note.
So,
So, all right. Well, it's been it's nice to actually do a show.
yeah.
So, 'cause I
Yeah.
know we've been kind of putting it off,
I know.
and we've just,
Life.
I knew we had to get one going
Yes.
before Automotion. So,
Yeah, definitely.
all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and that's it. So, I guess fuck you guys, we're out. Just hit stop. And
We're still